Okay, good afternoon. It is 4:15 on Tuesday the 8th of September, and it's day 2 of the 21-day Fat Loss Focus challenge. Yes, got it right. So yeah, apologies for the late video today. Like I was said in the previous video, I have childcare commitments and it's not viable to do a video when Jacob's running around screaming like a dinosaur. So that's my time I have with him, and I'm not going to share that with anybody. So today I'm going to talk about the vote sheet. Now, this is something I talk about in the Target Lean book. I've done videos on it before. It's a really, really simple concept which can help you get the body you want. Now, the idea is, and all these ideas I'm going to be putting through in the 21-day challenge, they're not complex. They're not things you have to go out and really think about to do. They're simple things, because simple things work the best. You know, I don't like complex stuff. I'm very simple in nature. I like things to work and not have to push a load of buttons and bells to get it to work. So all my systems are designed to be simple to implement. Now, the way the vote sheet works is, this one is incredibly simple. All you do, and I realise this is going to be the other way around because I'm on my FaceTime camera. So all you do is you get a piece of paper on it, and on one side you have yes or votes for my leaner lifestyle, and the other side you have no or votes for my previous lifestyle. Now, the idea behind this is that I'm a big fan of a book called Atomic Habits by James Clear. You'll probably hear me refer to it a number of times. It has influenced my practice, influenced a lot of the stuff I put into my book as well, and adapted it for nutrition. And James Clear talks about effective habits and building effective habits. It's well worth to read that book. I'll put a link in the comments. And what he talks about in the book is you cast votes for the person you want to be. So in a sense, we don't get lean from doing one day of a diet. We don't get fat from eating one chocolate bar. It's not the one action that determines the end result. It is the accumulation of many, many actions that cause the end result to happen. So if you are someone who sits on the sofa for one day, you are not immediately going to become a couch potato. And if you walk to the shops, you're not immediately going to run a triathlon. However, if you build up these actions and compound them and keep doing them again and again and again, you're casting votes for the lifestyle you want to live. Now, this is really important because when we're trying to lose body fat, many of us let's have a little test, okay? So if you're watching this back, put it in the comments. How many of you said, I'm trying to lose weight? Yeah, I'm going on a diet. Yeah, so all these things, I'm going to try and change my life. Right? The premise you're thinking there is, I am an overweight person trying to lose weight. Yeah, the reason why that's important is you're still thinking you're here. You're the overweight person, and you're trying to accomplish this goal. But because you're still in this mindset of being an overweight person, you're always going to think of yourself as an overweight person. You'll never accomplish what you're trying to achieve because you're not thinking like a leaner person. So let's talk about a person who's like, I use this a lot, this analogy, someone who's 19 stone, because I deal with a lot of 19 stone guys. So a 19 stone person, if they want to try to get to 18 stone, they can't live life like a 19 stone person. They've got to live like an 18 stone person. So if they are, let's say we go into the shops, would an 18 stone person who is a leaner person, would they park right next to the door of the shop, or would they park all the way over on the other side of the car park and walk over to increase their activity? So they're casting a vote for more activity. If they get to a high-rise building, do they, okay, if it's right at the top, we don't do this, but do you walk up the stairs for a lift for a building, or do you get the lift? Now, I can appreciate if it's the Empire State Building, you probably want to get the lift in that situation. However, most of us aren't going to the Empire State Building. The floors up are only going to be about sort of maximum 4 or 5 floors. So walking up those stairs will increase your activity for the day. All these things on their own do not make you a leaner person. but the compounding effect of doing those things. So you go out for your day, you go to work, you walk up the stairs at work, you walk around every half an hour at work, you set your alarm, just have a little walk to the toilets and back, or just walk around the office. At lunchtime, you go for a 10-15 minute walk, and then you have your sandwich when you come back. When you finish, you go down the stairs, go out, go to the shops, and then you get out from the car, walk all the way to shops. You go up and down every aisle in the shop to increase your steps, and then you come back, you get into your car, go home. When you carry the bags to the car, you carry one in each hand, not the man thing that we all do, try and get 10 bags in a hand, because we all do that because we're men and we do that. And women just go, what are you doing? So we carry one bag at a time, so we increase our steps back and forward from the car. Now, I appreciate that all these things aren't probably doable for everybody, but you can see how the compounding effect of all those extra little actions are going to increase your activity for the day. And because we have voted yes for the leaner life, each time we've done one of those actions, it builds up and we start to live like a leaner person. We start to live like the 18 stone person, not the 19 stone person who takes the lift, parks as close as they can to the car, maybe gets their shopping delivered. And I appreciate, some people have to get shopping delivered for convenience. They take the lift all the time. They go and sit down for their whole lunch period, even though they're not doing anything, probably just scrolling through Facebook. All these things that they're doing, which are votes for staying as a 19 stone man, an overweight 19 stone man. But if we think about the small things we can do to increase our activity in the day, the small things we can do to increase our nutrition. So yesterday, I asked you all to get your sheet up, your star chart, and start to eliminate small things from your diet. Things that you choose to do. I didn't say, don't eat chocolate bars, don't eat this, don't eat that. I just said, if you can eliminate 3 things, eliminate those 3 things. And, a few of you have done the star chart and eliminate 3 things. What you've done, you've cast 3 votes yesterday for your leaner lifestyle. You've said, I don't need that food, I don't need that food, I don't need that food. That's 3 things, 3 votes you've cast to be leaner. So you're already on track. So you can write those things down in your vote sheet. That I didn't have chocolate bar yesterday. I had half a packet of crisps. I only had a half portion of chips. I had a light beer instead of a full beer. I had 1 biscuit instead of 2 biscuits. All these things are votes, and the star chart ties in nicely to the votes. So if you go for the whole week, for 1 week, where you've got 3 stars, that's 21 votes you've just cast to be a leaner person, to be someone who is not 19 stone, who is 18 stone, or whatever weight you want to get to, because you've cast 21 votes in the week for that lifestyle. Now, on the vote sheet that I included the PDF, there's also a thing for steps. Now, if you log your steps every day, and you're monitoring your steps every day, so you try and hit a certain amount of steps in a day, or try and increase each day, that's another vote for a leaner person. Oh, I got 10,000 steps yesterday, so I want to try and get 10,500 today. 500 steps is not a lot. It's probably about a 2-minute walk. So you can increase all these little things, and every time you're doing that, you're making a positive vote. Now, the reason why we use the vote sheet is because every time you're doing that, you're marking your card to say, I'm not satisfied with how I am. I want to be leaner. I want to be healthy. I want to be fitter. And this is my report card showing that I've done all those things. And what happens is, over the course of the weeks and the months, if you keep doing this because some of my clients do it for 4 to 6 months, because they get the benefit from it. If you're doing all that, every time you look at it, every time you have a wobble, because obviously if you have a wobble, you've got to put it in the no. So if you say, had a chocolate bar when you didn't mean to, or you were stressing out a chocolate bar, that goes into the no section. But what we're aiming for, because we never have 100% success on a diet, no one does, what we're aiming for is more yeses than nos. And when we do get a no, it's really important that we write the no in there so we can go back and say, well, why did that happen? Why did I have a chocolate bar then? Why did I take the lift instead of the stairs? Why did I sit down for my whole lunch break? And if you go back and analyse why that happened, then you can think, right, okay, tomorrow I'm not going to do that because I know why that happened. So I'm expecting that thing to pop up again so I can change it. And this is all crucially important stuff because we go through our lives in habits. in all these, this is my routine, this is what I do every day. I can guarantee that you put one sock on on your left or right foot every single morning. So if you try and I put my right sock on first every single morning. If I tried to put my sock on my left foot, it wouldn't feel right. What's this? This is not my routine of doing things. And it's the same, we all have our routine of doing things, and identifying those routines, because it's subconscious, and changing them, that's part of the process. So we can consciously make these efforts to change, to be better, and to make votes for our leaner lifestyle. You will get there really easily. And the fat will just fall off if you're doing these things consistently, because you're making these choices that you want to live this lifestyle. I've not sat here and say, you've got to take the lift, you've got to take blah, 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 whatever. I've not sat and done that. I'm just saying, what are the things that you could make easier in terms of voting for your leaner lifestyle? Now, yeah, if you're 20 stories up in your tower block, I probably wouldn't walk all those ways up the stairs. You'd probably have a heart attack. However, you could get the lift up to the 15th floor and then get the rest of the 5 stories or whatever. You could make those small votes, and then the next day it's the 14th, next day it's the 13th, next day it's the 12th, and you write all that down, because every day you've accomplished something new rather than going for the opposite. So I hope that's made sense. So I want you, if you're watching this is day 2. Day 1, we have the star chart. Day 2, today, we've got the vote sheet. And these are all things that are going to set us up for the next couple of weeks, because there's not going to be a new task every day. Don't worry about that. These are all the basic tasks I want you to get right at the start, because this takes literally 2 minutes, not even that, 30 seconds to draw that. And all you have to do is every time you do something good, which is a vote for your positive lifestyle, you write it in there. Make sure you write it in there. Stick it on your fridge or whatever so you can see the results of it. And then if you're having an issue which goes into the no column, then put it up in the group and let's talk about that. Let's talk about why that happened. What can you do to change it? It's probably a problem that's happened before that I've had with a client that I've got an answer for. And if we haven't, we can discuss and see what we could do for it. That's what the group's about. It's about getting this support and getting a group collective consciousness into getting you a leaner body. So the more you post, the more you're going to get out. If you'll just sit there watching the videos, never posting anything, never contributing, you're not going to get a lot out, and you probably won't do anything either because you're not participating. Participating and posting and commenting and getting involved gets you doing the stuff. If you just sat here watching the videos going, well, that makes sense, I might do that, you'll never do it. You've got to take action and do it now. This is a 3-week taking action course. And if you do all these things, you will lose body fat, I guarantee it, because you'll be doing things that are promoting your leaner lifestyle, promoting a lifestyle which you've got less body fat in. So, went a bit ranty there. Okay, so questions below. If you're watching this back, please put a question below. I won't put a PDF for the vote sheet because it's literally a piece of paper with 2 columns on it. It's really easy. Get that stuff done, and let's see what votes you've made tomorrow, at the end of tomorrow, and also the votes that you've done yesterday and today, because you've done your star challenge. So let's have it, and let's have things that you have done because you started this challenge, because the more votes you make for this leaner lifestyle, the more you'll be conscious of doing the right thing. So you'll be more conscious of the habits you had before which were pulling you the other way, and you'll find yourself doing it and go, oh, why am I doing that? That's not contributing to my leaner lifestyle. I want to be doing this instead, which is much better. So let's have it tomorrow. Let's have a rundown of votes that you've cast already, and also things that maybe are causing you issues, and we can discuss that. Now, I've shot some videos today for some of the questions I've had raised. I've got a whole list of stuff to get through, so I will be doing that this week, and I'll be posting those links into my YouTube and into the group so you can watch the videos. Thanks for watching. If you're watching this back, questions below, and share your votes. Okay, have a great evening. I'm off to train in a minute, so I'll see you in a minute.